your home for over 18 years of horse racing action. The Sport of Kings, featuring Tommy Walski. On today's show, we preview the equine combatants for this season at Hastings. We go behind the scenes at opening day. Tommy takes you racing across the nation. Our salute to the champions looks back at one of our equine heroes. And now here he is, BC's ambassador to the world of horse racing, Mr. Tommy Walski.
Opening day at any racetrack is always exciting for not only the horse people here, but also the fans, and most of all the jockeys. We took our cameras on opening day, and we're going to show you some of the fun and excitement, not only with the riders, but those also involved in the sport. We're taking you places where you've never seen before.
Before the first race, the stewards met with the rider colony at Hastings.
Start of the season, wish you all good luck. Want you to stay safe out there. Watch for each other, give each other enough room. We talked to them if we've had any rule changes that'll affect them, and kind of want them to know to ride safe and give each other a little room. And you know, coming into a race meet like this, there's a few of those boys that are a little bit hungry, and they get aggressive, and we try to stop that before it starts, let them know if there'll be consequences, and let them know that what the whips are, and you know, to not abuse them, and the popper size and that, and the feathers on the stick, and just general information you want to refresh them with.
And we asked a few of the jocks what their goals for the season were and how important it is to get off to a good start.
It's like anything, that first little buzz that gets going, gets a lot of attention, everybody notices you, it just helps everybody want you.
It's very important to get a good start. I mean, even the first, the first weekend, just these people, on the backside, they see you're doing good, and then you get more horses to ride next week. And that's very, very important to get a good start.
You've been leading rider a couple of times. What's your goal this year?
Well, I like to be a leading rider always, but it's, such a good riders over here, so it's not easy to be a leading rider. What this colony, a good riders this year, yeah. I think it's going to be tough, but I'm going to try anyways.
Looks promising. Looks promising. I got a good 3-year-old colt and a good 3-year-old filly. So, it looks pretty good. I got a good older horse with Crazy Coffee.
It's post time for the first race, and we just couldn't resist asking the winning connections how it felt to be victorious early.
Girl to open up the 2009 live season with a win.
Jeff, great way to start the day.
It sure is. Getting the first win is always an important thing to get done, and we were happy it happened for us today.
Steve, how about you?
It's outstanding. Tommy, leading trainer. First time in my life. Yeah, it's great.
How about you? You're leading owner.
That's going to be nice for another race or two.
How many more days you got to go?
75. We'll be all right. I'll keep going. We're not done yet, Tom. Still early.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Frankie, earlier we talked how important it was to get it off to a good start. You just did it. What goes through your mind?
Well, yes, usually it's have a good break, and it's been 6.25 furlongs. You gotta be up there because horses are gonna get tired. Especially these fields coming from California, and Stevie Harder and such a wonderful rappers. At the start, it's a good start, and people's gonna see it's gonna open up doors for you.
Good luck.
Thank you.
It proved to be a great start for veteran rider Frank Fuentes, as Frank went on to win 3 more on opening day for a total of 4 victories. Truly a great start for Frank. Rob King, the national manager for the Canadian Jockey Association, was in attendance on opening day, and Tom met up with Rob to find out what the association is involved with.
I oversee all the jocks across Canada, so I look after the insurance, any dealings with management, the stewards, Horsemen's Association contracts, stuff like that, and I go from coast to coast.
I'm going to run 4 questions by that our audience does not know about jockeys. You answer them.
Go ahead.
Pensions.
There isn't one.
Explain.
There's never been one. We're self-funded, and we fund our own insurance, and that all our money goes to just looking after our insurance. Should our jocks get hurt, they're not covered under workman's comp. They're not eligible because they're athletes, and therefore we have to facilitate our own insurance. We're self-insured.
So when the jockey retires, it could be tough, huh?
It's over. The money comes in, and that's the thing. You got to educate the younger riders. You think that you're going to be making this kind of money their entire lives, and you don't. At the end of your career, you got to save your money, and we try to educate them of that.
Jock mounts. They vary, and what are they?
Depending on where you go. I mean, we go down to Saskatchewan Marquee Downs, where they're like $40, and up to Woodbine, where the base mount would be $100 per mount. And each, according to the purse structure, is how it works out. Jocks make 10% of what the winning owner's share is all across Canada, and stake races is 10% across the board. Other races, I mean, you can run in, it's like they say in the Kentucky Derby. You can finish 4th in the Kentucky Derby and all you get is $100.
So much controversy about weight. How difficult is it for a lot of riders?
To lose weight? I was a jock for years and I struggle with my weight. We've brought it up a little bit over the last couple of years and it's a little easier than when I first began. But, you know, it's a daily struggle. And the 2 pounds, just to lose 2 pounds. I remember when I was riding a Woodbine and I went to Fort Erie only because I couldn't do the 116 anymore. And it was life-altering to me to start carrying 118.
Jocks going back and forth, can they flip-flop racetracks?
Yes, they can, and no, they can't. So, I mean, that's a two-prong answer. If you're a Canadian jockey, you can go wherever you want. If you're a foreign rider, they're signed in by the racetracks, and they have to be at that racetrack.
We met with a few of the horsemen and surveyed their hopes for the upcoming season at Hastings.
Well, I think it's going to be a real good year. I do think that it's going to be tough races. I think it's going to be tough winning races. I don't think anybody's going to dominate. I think that everybody's going to get their share.
I'm very excited to be here with Dale. We have a bunch of nice horses, some from Alberta, some from Toronto. We're very, very excited.
Are the people friendly here?
Fantastic. Everybody in the office has treated us great. You know, their trainers have been very helpful. We're really, really enjoying it.
It looks pretty good to me. The horses all look good and looks good.
Are you excited?
I'm very excited. My horse is back this year and it's
Who do you have?
I have Samyad and then I have a 2-year-old.
So this is really going to be a nice year for you.
Yeah, hopefully my 2-year-old turns out.
Between races, Hastings recognized with a ring presentation the leading rider for 2008, Mario Gutierrez. Mario had a great year in 08 and led all riders with 103 wins. The leading apprentice rider was Stephanie Fedora. Stephanie cracked the top 10 and racked up 40 wins on her way to the title. Opening day saw some of the best horses entered in what is considered to be a prep race for the John Longden coming up in a couple of weeks. The field was small, but the winner established himself as a force to be reckoned with this year. All eyes were on the post parade for the last race of opening day. It featured a father and son riding against each other for the very first time. Hastings veteran Mark Walker walked into the paddock beside his son Tyler. Tyler had a successful start over the winter in Portland and is riding his first race at Hastings, and as luck would have it, his father is in the race as well.
I set 2 goals, and one was to ride at Hastings and the other one was to have white teeth. And they're both coming true, so I'm happy. Those are my New Year's resolutions, and things are working out. And I can't wait to hopefully beat my dad.
What's that like?
Oh, it hasn't hit me yet. It'll hit me when I put them silks on and we're in the gates together, but still haven't been in. I've been in these gates a lot, but never race riding, so this will be something else.
Neither family member won the race, but a great time was had by all, and we look forward to watching father and son throughout the year. Don't go away. The Sport of Kings. We'll be right back.
Now it's time for our popular Racing Across the Nation segment, and this is where we take you to viewers across the country to see some of the top horses you would not get a chance to see unless, of course, you were watching the Sport of Kings. First up, we take it to Lexington, Kentucky. That's Keeneland. You're going to be watching the $300,000 Coolmore Stakes. It's the last major prep for 3-year-olds before they race next Saturday in the Run for the Roses. 2 horses you want to watch in this race are the 11 horse Advice and the 8 horse, the favorite Square Eddie. You watch these 2 horses run. It is one fantastic race. And horses that you will be paying attention to in the Run for the Roses once again next Saturday.
Is 11th and last, 23 and 4/5 seconds for the opening quarter. Pitched perfectly is the leader by just over a length up the backstretch. Vasala goes second, 3/4 of a length. Omniscient third by a half length toward the inside. Brave Victory between horses fourth. Parade Clown far outside is fifth. Moving up now to take third, just 2 lengths off the lead. El Crespo will be caught wide again around the far turn. Then his greatness between horses. Geronimo, Conservative, Square Eddie next to last, and they're already midway on the far turn. Advice is the trailer. Pitched perfectly, the leader, Masala alongside Omniscient, Parade Clown, and now Square Eddie and El Crespo moving wide. Square Eddie with a breathtaking move around the far turn. He is picking off horses one by one from next to last to the lead in the blink of an eye. Square Eddie to the front, coming by the 8th pole. Conservative runs down the center of the track. Masala is there, and a late charge from Advice as well. Advice reeling in Square Eddie, pitched perfectly toward the inside. Advice from dead last to take the Coolmore Lexington for jockey Garrett Gomez in a tremendous stretch run at odds of 15-1.
Next, we head down I-5. You're going to be at Southern California Santa Anita Racetrack, the home of the $300,000 San Juan Capistrano. And this is the race that became famous because of a Canadian, John Longden. This is where Longden rode his last winner and then retired.
Pricked out here, and he's just pulling away at Victor Espinosa, although he is comfortable. He's leading it by 2 lengths. Obrigado continues to just track in the second spot. Springhouse has the white cap right there in third. On the outside of that comes Church Service, and Big Booster quite content to trail them. They're racing in single file now as they come past the stands first time round. And Midships still just in front by a length and a bit. Absolutely no change in the order since the opening of the gate here. Obrigado is still second. In the third spot is Springhouse. Then we come back to Church Service, who's giving them 6-length start, and it's another 2.5 back to Big Booster. Just about half the journey covered now, and Midships couldn't have it all his own way any easier than this. Still got those ears just pricked forward. He's just ambling along on the lead as Midships, obviously going to turn it into a sprint down further on. It's a length and a half further back to Obrigado. Just in behind that comes Springhouse, who's now 3 lengths off the leaders. Then there's just over 2 back to Church Service, and Big Booster is still content to trail them. Big Booster's 7 lengths off the leader. So no change virtually from the opening of the gate, and they still race in single file now as they make their way to the half-mile pole, and Victor Espinosa and Midship still cruising out on the lead. They have it just over a length to Obrigado. Springhouse is back in third, then a gap of 4 back to Big Booster, and Church Service making hard work of it now. Church Service got his ears pinned back, and he's not enjoying it. He's lost contact. They go past the 3/8, and now they start to turn it into a horse race, and Midship still has the advantage and full a run. Obrigado's up to tackle him from second. Springhouse behind that. Big Booster's behind that, and being pulled out of it is Church Service. Homeward bound in the San Juan Capistrano, and Midship still full a run. Gets 2 taps on the shoulder. Now down the center of the track, Springhouse. Obrigado's making him run too, but it's Midships in front. Springhouse coming at him on the outside. Midships finds more. Springhouse can't get him, and Midships and Victor Espinosa have won the San Juan Capistrano to Springhouse, Obrigado, and Big Booster was fourth.
And finally, we're going to be headed back east. We're going to be going to Woodbine Racetrack in Ontario. We're going to be watching the Terry Jordan train dancing all-star regain her form from past years as she wins the $150,000 Whimsical Stakes in kind and handily fashion.
The lead, then London Snow on a break of 3 to the trailer, and that is Proud Heiress as they head along the back stretch. That opening quarter mile was in 23-1. And it's Dancing All-Star who comes on to take the lead for Jim McElhaney as they run into the turn. Smart Surprise comes on second. Arden Bell has lost a little ground. Hello Maggie May is in between horses. Mimi Cooper's out there 3 wide, just a length and 3/4 off the lead with a 1/4 of a mile remaining in the Whimsical. And it's Dancing All-Star, and McElhaney is frozen on her as they straighten away. Dancing All-Star hasn't really been asked as they come to the last 8th. Mimi Cooper on the outside. Smart Surprise is put to a drive toward the rail, but Dancing All-Star is looking strong. Final 16th, it's Dancing All-Star. Wonderful in the Whimsical, defeating Smart Surprise and Proud Heiress.